Welcome everybody. This is Plan Your Greatness, and I am your gracious host, Carlton Hamilton, and this is the Plan Your Greatness channel. Thanks you all for joining me. Hopefully later on, not hopefully, but later on I will be doing some lives, but right now I'm just getting myself back into the groove of producing the content. So I thank you all for joining me and following me. But I'm back after making a commitment last year where I was doing the 100-day challenge. So I was actually on here for 100 consecutive days. But then once I finished that, I didn't really have any goals. And then I started really trying to get into building the store. I've now brought my brother out. So now I'm rebuilding it again, but I'm in a better space as far as what I want to do, how much time I want to carve out, and how I'm going to go about doing this on a weekly basis. So I'm going to my intention is to sit down every week, at least once a week, and pump out some content, and then get that content out during the week. So we're going to see how this goes this first round. But again, welcome. What I'm going to be focusing on is my books. I'm going to actually go through the books and take excerpts out of the books, and then tell you a little bit about what I'm talking about in that regard, and then try to relate it to what I'm doing in real life and how I did the book or that particular section, and then try to go from there and then springboard it into what's current, like the Olympics or anything like that, because a lot of stuff that I've gone through in the book relates to real life, and real life stuff relates to what I'm doing right now. And you'll get the idea of who I am, what I do, what I'm about, and that's what I'm trying to share. I'm just trying to share my life and what's going on in my life and how I can relate it to current events and maybe something that's going on in your life. So specifically, the one book we're going to start with is this one. Now, it may be inverted, How to Plan Your Greatness, because my picture is inverted on here. So this is probably going to be inverted to you, but How to Plan Your Greatness. There's me right there. So you can find this on Amazon. Now, I would say if you want to get it and have it signed as a copy, there's a way to, reach out to me. But what I'm in the process of is having this book edited, because there are some grammatical errors that are in there, and there's some stuff that I'm adding. So if you want to get that copy, you could have that copy. But if you want to just say, hey, I'm gonna wait, it's gonna be a little bit before I actually get it all done, because I'm gonna be taking chunks of the book and putting it on to, what is that, AI or Chat GPT, and help it edit faster. I have some things that I've said and done as far as the suggestions in there, but I'm going to use I'm going to use AI to help me edit the book a little faster. The other one is this one. It says Fair Exchange, Conversations with an Uber Driver. When I had my transportation company, I had some phenomenal conversations with customers, and I don't even know exactly how many. I have 400 and something. I think right here at the end I had almost 375 conversations. I probably had closer to 500, but a lot of them I either didn't write down or I just couldn't quite remember them. So I'm going to be going over, I may be switching back and forth to books, but I know specifically I'm going to start with this one. And I'm going to start with this one today. And this is, what is this? This is, again, how to Plan Your Greatness. And right at the very beginning of the book, on this page, you'll see I have the mission and vision statement that I set out for myself. And I'm gonna read it to you, and then I'm gonna talk a little bit about what it's really getting into. It says the mission statement is to serve, encourage, and inspire anyone who crosses my path every day, to spread a message to anyone who's ever been told their existence doesn't matter, because it does. That's why at the end of all of my videos, I always say, plan your greatness. You know why? Because no one else will. Because a lot of times we get told we can't do stuff, and then we end up adopting that ideology. So just like I said, who's ever been told that their existence doesn't matter, because it does. And the more people that we can get them in the mindset of really understanding that their existence does matter, then we'll eliminate a lot of these issues that we have in the world. I mean, this is it's a whole global process as far as getting more people to be more confident, to where people don't take there's a terminology, it's like where they have this nihilistic attitude where they think nothing exists really beyond them, outside of them. There's no God or anything. And I'm not here to say whether there's a God or anything, but I'm saying that you matter. So you have to get it in your mind that you matter. So if you believe that you matter, then you're going to walk on this planet as if you can help others, that you can help yourself. But if you are in the mindset that you believe that your existence doesn't matter, now you're going to make completely different decisions, because you're going to just say, whatever I do doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter to me, doesn't matter to anybody else. That becomes super duper reckless. Okay, so that's my goal, is to have people see that their lives matter. I'm not trying to tell somebody that go find your passion or anything. I'm just going to say, no. Take a moment as you're thinking about your existence on this planet. A lot of people have gotten to that point. We're talking about the manosphere. We'll talk about that a little bit later. We're talking about incels. We're talking about people who have allowed themselves to get so overweight. They just, it's to a point where they just nothing. We've got people that have just accepted their place in life and just say, well, really nothing really matters. It doesn't matter what job I have. I'm just going to try to get by. You see that with people. When people just say, well, I'm just getting by, that means that they really don't see themselves really having any sort of control or any sort of purpose, or again, they really don't see their lives as mattering. And then that's what I hope to do by creating this channel and growing it to whatever it's going to grow to. The next one is my vision statement. So here it is right there, my vision statement. All right. So the vision says that my vision is 1 billion people see at least one of my videos, read one of my books, listen to a podcast that I'm on, like hear my voice in the form of an audio book, or hear me speak live, which I believe will affect their lives and the lives connected to them in a positive way. So as you can see, I'm putting up a goal, because you'll hear over time where I'll talk about how I had an opportunity to play professional baseball, but after baseball, I actually went to prison. After prison, I got out, completely reinvented myself, went to college, got my degree. I'm now a multiple business owner. I'm about to start doing some investing, and I'm just learning every day more and more, better and better on how I can impact my life in a positive way, anybody who comes into my life a positive way, my son and daughter, everybody that I can touch in any way, shape, or form. I want to be able to help them and give them some, just not to say I'm here this motivational speaker, but I hope that when you listen or read or anything of my stuff, that you start thinking, and you start thinking differently as to how you can be better to yourself first, but then better as you appear in the world. And the books, everything that I do is surrounded by these 3 things. Because I believe every successful person has asked and answered these 3 questions. I believe they have asked themselves, what do they want? Why do they want it? And they have a picture in their mind, using their imagination of what that looks like. And I believe they actually see that before it appears in the physical world. and they hold on to that every single day. They say something to themselves. They think something that lets them know that this is where they're moving to. And I observed that through my successes in life. And when I went down the wrong path, I revisited those 3 questions. Now, there's also 9 pillars of what I call the 9 pillars of success, or the 9 pillars of wisdom, which I'm going to talk about later on as I go through the books. I won't bring that up now. I'll save that for later on, because there's 9 of them, and if I'm going to bring up each one of them, I'm going to probably want to go into some details of that. So I'm going to leave that right there, and I'm going to end this video right here. And that is, I'm going to end it with what I end my videos all the time with, saying, plan your greatness. You know why? Because no one else will. I'll see you guys all next time.